So, hey guys, this is What If Deku was Denki's brother. And his quirk is gonna be called Electrification 2.0. Mostly because it doesn't have most of the bad things that Denki's quirk has. And even though Denki doesn't have a good quirk like his brother, their parents treat him the same way that they treat Deku. And they also Denki doesn't grow up with an inferiority complex, and he isn't a pervert like he is in the original. Well, he's the slightest pervert. But let me explain Deku's quirk now. Kaminari's quirk, as we know, goes to 1.3 million volts before he fries his brain. Deku's quirk goes much higher before something like that high goes. And before we start the rest of the story, I'm gonna tell you Deku's special move. It's called Railgun. And I'm using the actual amount of energy that it takes for a railgun to shoot. A railgun normally takes 32 megajoules, which is about 32 million volts. Yep, 32 million volts. This is the good shit. Deku can go up to 50 million volts. But when he gets to 50 million volts, he'll fry his brain. There's a bad thing about this, if he uses over 50% when his body is not prepared, well, let's just say his brain turns into muck. Quite literally. His brain fries to the point that it's just a liquid. And the quirk doctor tells that, and by the way, they're twins. They have the same hair color, although Deku's bolt, like black bolt, is on the other side. And they look almost the same and have almost the same taste. Like, although Deku is like this, and Kaminari dresses more like this. So you see this color. This is the type of thing that Deku would wear, and they wear exactly the same thing, besides the fact that everything switches to the other side. And I'm only explaining the basics for now, but later on the video I'm going to tell you the rest. And you see this little thing? Deku has one of those in both sides in both arms, but his are like mini cannons. Go search up railgun in Google or whatever, Safari, and you'll see a railgun. Imagine that, but small enough to get to stand his arm. And yes, the recoil is gigantic. And why? And you might ask, how will he shoot it? He needs something to pierce everything in front of it. Well, you might know where this is going. This is going to someone that creates stuff. Her outfit is red and it's quite explosive. It's Momo. he goes to the same school as Momo, and Kaminari go to the same school as them. And Kaminari is actually like, so when are you gonna ask her out? And Deku's like, shut the hell up. I know who you like. And she isn't from this school, but she likes music. And you may not talk, or I shall embarrass you. And Denki's like, well, I'm dude. Cause he know he flipped. He fucked if he does anything, cause he knows Deku could well, kill somebody just with like a tap of his finger. Like, I forgot to explain this, but Deku cannot exactly control his quirk. He has to have like, he wears like, under his clothes he wears like a type of clothes that Dr. Shield created for him, because well, Deku could literally kill somebody if they touch him. So they put this special suit that's made out of rubber that has batteries on them, like high voltage batteries. And that will take a huge thing to the story, because he always has to wear them, or he'll fry everything around him or that touches him. And if he didn't wear that, everyone that touched him or came close to him, like if you were lucky enough to not be fried but by the arcs of energy, yeah, it's an arc. I don't know why, but it's called an arc of electricity. If you're not killed by one of those, you're gonna get killed by touching him. So, but that was after he got his quirk. And Dr. Shield and some other scientists started building something for him. And like, how much he can store in those batteries is about, and all those batteries is about like 100 megajoules. Like, the batteries are high tech, which means each one of them can hold about 1 megajoule, which is 1 million volts. So he can technically discharge 150 volts, megavolts, 150 million volts at once, which might happen. Remember what I said about something? And Deku is like Deku. Sorry, I'm scratching myself. And Deku is like with Momo, and they create a super like, before they even go to like to UA, and it's a college, by the way. They're middle school right now, and they create a super move, and they called them Super Railgun. I don't know. I'm high on bananas right now. I love bananas. I ate so many bananas. Bananas. They're so fucking good. They're sweet. Bananas are a super fruit. I love them. And it's called Super Railgun. Whatever. And I forgot what I was gonna say. Sorry. And also, why I'm posting 3 videos on the same day, it's because I failed to give you some videos, as I explained in the first video. Like, go on the description of the first video that I posted this day, and that there's the explanation. So they create a super move. She created like a mini railgun for him that he mounts to his arms. And he also has a bigger version of it, which is for both of his arms to hold. And he can also hold like the mini ones besides the big one. Beside the big one. So it's three mini railguns, but two of them are the same size and one of them is like twice the size of the two mini ones. So he can hold them three at the same time, or he can hold two, or he can hold one. Most of the time he holds only two. And he discharges with his batteries around, like, he discharges 50% of the batteries in one and the 50% on the other. And he changes his suit all the time. Like, every day he has to change the suit or just, like, put the batteries away, and you know what I mean? Or he can just carry a backpack full of space for it. Which he does. That's the main thing that he does. He carries a backpack full of the batteries. Empty ones, just so he can switch them out. And he can put one like, and he also asked Dr. Shield, like, a few years later after he created his suit, like, to create like a battery, like a wire that could connect to his suit and backpack, just so he could just charge everything, like every single ounce of energy that he has, either to one or both or three at the same time. So, and sometimes when they're using that super move, Deku can either, he has two choices. A, like, one that will kill and one that will paralyze or kill, or both at the same time. But the second one, which is paralyze or kill or both, can send a massive EMP if shot. Like, massive in the way as the whole city will get a power outage. Just because he shot one mini railgun with no bullet. And when he has the bullet, it's an explosive version of a railgun bullet. Like, a railgun shell, whatever you want to say. And Mo creates that thing. Like, imagine, you see the machine guns like that, they have the like little strings with the bullet. Like, that's what he has. But it takes like a lot to recharge. Like, he has to like cock the thing, like cock a, you know, when you're in a game and you hear and you're reloading and it does that, like that thing to pull like a little lever behind, like backwards and then upwards. He basically has to do that. And every time that he is shooting again, and he also has to charge the thing back. So he either can do a 10 megajoule one, or a 32 megajoule one, a 50 megajoule one, or 100 megajoule one, or 150 megajoule one. If he goes 150, I'm pretty sure the whole world would go kaboom. Not quite literally, it's a figure of speech, but you know what I mean. Like, a lot of people will have a power outage, even if he has a shell on the gun. So, and he has like a little thing on the top to choose which mode it is on. And going back to the story, they created this super move like 1 or 2 years before they went to high school, to UA, which is a college. And they created this move. They perfected it. Like Momo would create like some ammunition like shells for his thing, and he would shoot it. Mind mind this, the recoil is ginormic, like giant. He can break his arm if he doesn't do it correctly. So yeah, but he trained his arm. He's actually quite jacked. uh Imagine All Might, but not All Might. Like, imagine the muscles of All Might, like, divided by two. Like, that's how buff he is. But he isn't as tall. He's just chiseled and buff. Like, and he has a 10-pack. Yeah, he has a 10-pack. And mind you not, he can't, like, if you want to, I'll give him one for all. I will not say anything else. If you choose one for all, I'll give you the info of his square capture one for all. But if you don't want to, I'll give it to either Momo or Kaminari. And that's it. So they're 2 years away from being on the thing, and time passes. Deku asks her out, and Deku's parents, being heroes, Deku's mom and dad ask, like, his parents if Deku could marry, like, have an arranged marriage with their daughter, which they said, that's okay if it's okay with them. Like, they say it's okay with us if it's okay with them. And Momo and Deku say yes. Kaminari was like, he wasn't pissed, he was just happy. But because he also asked, what is it, Jiro out the first time, and she said yes. They're now dating, and Deku has an arranged marriage with Momo. They're married for 1 year until the start of the thing. They sign up for UA, all three, well, four, because Jiro's on the friend group now. And they both, like, they train a lot. Actually, I'm gonna leave this part out. The 10-month training comes on the next episode, and I know I'm making a lot of parts one, but it's hard to find, like, the next thing to make. Like, tell in the comments which video should I continue next or make. I know some of you want me to continue, like, my second what if I've ever made, which is what if Deku had the soul. I think it was if Deku had the souls of Tanjiro. What was the other guy? It's not Naofumi. Why did I say Naofumi? Let me go see. Sorry. Let me go see his name. I know I have him here somewhere. These are a lot of what ifs I have. Here. Zenitsu and Inosuke and her. I finally found the episode that, like, a guy asked me if I could use her power of explosive blood, and I was like, I cannot do it because I don't know if it's on the movie or the series. If it's on the movie, I cannot. So I actually found the episode, and it was on the fight, like, before the episode before he went to the Hashira. So I will probably continue this what if, and soon after I'll start doing the only one that I'm probably gonna discontinue is my first what if. That one was a crappy one. But if you want, I can either redo it or continue it. You say it. So, bye bye.